it's time to head through the notorious Current Cut in the North Aleutians. Why is it called the Current Cut? Because there are high currents that go through here, depending on tides and wind. It can look smooth with no waves, but depending on conditions, there can be some pretty turbulent currents underneath. And as you go through with your boat, you feel these currents tugging you left and right and trying to twist you up. And it's a very uneasy feeling, and you just want to get through it as fast as you can. So I headed over there, and I had planned on camping out and anchoring on the outside, and then waiting for slack tide the next day and going through. But as I got closer and closer, I realized there was very little wind, so there wasn't any wind to be pushing from the north to the south and building it up and pushing the currents through. We got closer and closer, and I thought, I'm gonna go for it. And I got there and I went through, and it was the easiest experience. Now, I've watched a lot of videos of different sailors and powerboats and sailboats go through there, and some of them have really disastrous experiences where they were almost out of control, or the current was stronger than the speed their sailboat could go and they couldn't get through. I had a very easy time of it. It couldn't have been any easier, and I'm glad for that. I don't need unplanned excitement. I'm just right outside of the town of Spanish Wells. The wind has died a little. It was blowing, gusting 23, 24 earlier. There was whitecaps everywhere. Now there's whitecaps, but it's less. And there's a channel right here that they don't like you to anchor in, and I found a little spot with some water in it right here in this little half cove. So I'm getting a little bit of shading from the land right there because the wind is coming from that way. So anyway, I'm still getting blown around a bit, but it could be worse. This is time for me to get into town and go shopping. I've got the one wheel, so it's easier to get around town. That's a little ferry there. I gotta find where I can dump my trash.
kind of nice. They got palm trees here. Some of the few I've seen in the Bahamas. The Island Mart. I stopped there yesterday. They got canned stuff, dry stuff, some cold drinks, maybe a few oranges, and that's about it. Here's the cemetery. It's a very, very, very quiet place. Very popular. This place is so popular that people are just dying to get in there. Spanish Wells Food Fair. It's air conditioned in here. Okay, we're going to slowly make our way back to the dinghy, but we're going to take the long scenic route. I've got to come through here tomorrow morning early. The tide will be going out, which will be with me, not against me. And the wind should be a little less than today. it's heavy. Okay, I thought I'd show you what I bought. I just spent $84. So I'm going to show you in the Bahamas what $84 buys. Some simple, plain cookies. I mean, these are about as plain as they get. It says digestive on it, but when you read here, it says, the ingredients in this biscuit do not contain any substance that assists digestion. Anyway, they're just plain cookies. Very little sugar. Got some red seedless grapes. Some black seedless grapes. A big loaf of golden wheat. 3 romaine lettuces. This alone was, I think, $11. This was around 10. This is some baby spinach. Green bananas. I buy them green because that way they last in the refrigerator. If you put riper bananas in the refrigerator, they don't last. 2 cucumbers. A package of cuties. This was $14. And these were on half price. They're Mexican style diced tomatoes with lime juice and cilantro. So they were like $3.50, so half price. 2 avocados, they were $3.45 each. And that's it. That's it. Okay, 84 bucks. Bahamas. Join us in the next video where we make our way to Great Abaco and up to Marsh Harbor, preparatory to our 8-day non-stop trip, 1,000 miles to Newport, Rhode Island.